Hello everybody, Mike Estep here from Pendleton Heights High School, where we just completed the Super Six here this Saturday, and right in front of us is Dave Cloud, the head coach of the Arabians. Coach, you had to get up with before the roosters crowed this morning, I'm sure, to get all this the preliminaries out of the way, and I'm sure hosting one of these is not an easy feat.
It's a lot of hands, a lot of fingerprints on it. Can't say enough good things about our administrative staff. Chad Smith, our athletic director, Catrice Oldham, our secretary, and Adam Ritz is our assistant AD, and he handles wrestling for the high school. I can't say enough good things about what they do and how they go out of their way to help us host things and get us the things we need. So we're very, very fortunate here at Pendleton Heights.
And a fantastic day. I thought the matches all flowed well. There wasn't a lot of extra waiting around. Things were moving on all day long, and kudos to the people here at Pendleton for doing such an outstanding job.
Been doing it a long time. We had triple dual when I first got here, and then we expanded it to Super Six. We had good officials, kids cooperated, coaches getting the paperwork in and everything. So yeah, it did go smooth. We pride ourselves on running good events, having an incredible hospitality room, a concession stand. That's just parents buying in and doing things to make it better for everybody, and we really appreciate it.
I can vouch for the hospitality room too. There was some great food in there.
We really want people, the coaches and the officials, to have a good breakfast and a good lunch, because it's just, it's part of putting on a good tournament.
And Coach, we talked off cam this morning a little bit about how long you've been putting on this Super Six here at Pendleton. I'll have you to reach back in your memory bank and see if you can pull out a number on how old this thing is. And
well, there's not much in that bank, but it's Jeff Webster started it when he was here, and so when I got here in 1985, it was a triple dual that we had, and then shortly after that, the Super Six concept really started to expand, and it's like, hey, that's a great opportunity to get some more times on the mat, and so it's probably been a Super Six for probably at least 25 years, and I think we're down to just us as an original member, and Winchester, I think, is the other school that's been here every time since it's been a Super Six. Well, Ron Anderson over there at Winchester, you won't find a better guy. And when I got this and we said, let's make it a Super Six, Ron was the first guy to say, yeah, we'll come.
Wow.
And so we're always happy to see our friends over there from Randolph County.
And you know what I like about that? It's the tradition. I'm a traditionalist. I love and it's good to see that this thing has been carrying on all those years. And
it is. It's really cool to think, a lot of guys have wrestled here. A lot of guys have come through here and put a lot into them. We've got a lot of kids and even grandkids of some guys who've wrestled here in the past who are still participating now, and it's really cool. I've got one of the members of my team, his grandfather wrestled in this event when it was a triple dual.
Wow.
So it's really cool.
Awesome. Well, Coach, talk about your team today. I know it was a successful day for the Arabians, and I'll let you talk about it.
They performed well. We were happy. We've been fighting illness and a few smaller injuries, but mostly just illness for the last few weeks. Kids getting sick and coming in, and then they leave and they make somebody else sick before they leave, and then they come back, and then the kid that they were wrestling with gets sick. So it was good to finally get almost everybody here together. I thought the kids performed pretty well. They did well, especially in the two big matches. We want to win them all, obviously, but our match with Frankton and Anderson are important because they set up the seeding criteria, which I'll actually be going home tonight and putting records in for seeding. So it is a big deal to do well in those matches. And we always, Winchester's kids are just country boy strong and rough, and so we always want to do well against them. And John there at Lawrence Central is building a good program there. Purdue Poly is coming up. They're getting better. Their numbers get better every year. They had a couple of really outstanding kids. So it was good competition. It was good for our kids to get out and grit and grind and win some matches, win some close matches.
Yeah, and you guys went 5-0 on the day, and Jack Todd wrestled well.
He did,
I thought, and he had a young 106.
He's getting experience. He's the grandson of the guy that graduated right before I got here. So it's tough for him right now. He's not very athletic or muscular, but he's got a lot of grit and a lot of spirit.
Yeah.
And he's dedicated. He says he's loving it, and he can't wait to get better next year. I think he's going to be a good wrestler for us.
And it looks like the Covington Todd back-to-back there is going to be pretty successful.
That's a good 1-2 punch. Have those two guys. Jalen wrestled well today. Got in trouble one time. He got into an upper body lock. which is not his thing.
Yeah.
You know, you got to dance with what brung you, like Daryl Roy used to say. And,
Yeah.
that's not what brung him to the dance. It's the leg attacks. So right after that, he scrambled out of that and then went back to his leg attacks and won the match. So, you know, we had a lot of guys. Max Bowers wrestled well. Alex Heineman wrestled really well. Brooks Bond, you know, had to work hard to get his weight down. He went 5-0 today, which is big for him. I'm really happy for him because it's been a struggle for him. Chris Crank won his weight class at 4-1, even though he didn't go undefeated. The guy who beat him got beat a couple times, so Chris just made a mistake late in the match. So a lot of guys wrestle well. We have a freshman heavyweight, which is kind of unusual and not normally the best thing, but Tyrese is just working his butt off. That's Jalen's younger brother, but he's substantially larger than Jalen. So he had a good day for us today. Eli Libler, just grits and grinds. He's just the toughest kid. And if you said, listen, you're going to have somebody in a tough match, it's going to be really close. Who do you want? I say, well, Eli Libler's going to be, if he's not my 1A, he's my 1A choice for that because he doesn't lose his composure in tough matches.
And it's always good to have a kid like that on the roster, isn't it?
No question. It's awesome.
What's up for the Arabians? I know you got the county coming up. And
Madison County Championships next week at Elwood. Elwood does a great job. Mr. Van Skyek up there is working hard to make that program, overall their sports program, better. I'm really impressed with Ryan. He's a great guy, and he's really bringing a lot of energy, not just to the school, but to the whole community. So we always love going up and wrestling at Elwood. Victor Cruz is the new head coach up there. I'm excited to see what Vic is doing. I remember him as a wrestler, and he took over as the head coach this year. I'm excited about seeing what Vic is building up there at Elwood and getting up and seeing our friends up in Pantherland.
Awesome. Well, Coach, I always say you should have the word legend in front of your name.
In my own mind.
And it's always a pleasure. You've done so much for wrestling, and it's just a pleasure to always interview you and come here to Pendleton. You got great kids. It's a great community.
It is.
And best wishes to you next week in the county. And we'll try to see if Hit the Mat can be there. And I'll hopefully be there next week
Awesome.
at Elwood. And thank you for being on with us, Coach. And thanks for the hospitality today.
We appreciate it. Glad to have you here. Make sure everybody subscribe to Hit the Mat. Merry Christmas to everybody.
Thanks, Coach Cloud. Wonderful day today, and we hope to see you next week. Thank you, sir.